Hey, I'm finally making it somewhere in TowerClimb. It's just chapter 1 of 2, and from what I've seen of chapter 2, it's not going to be getting any easier, but it feels good to at least hit some sort of checkpoint in this game. Oh man, I just noticed right now, doing this post-commentary, that I did miss 3 golden berries down there in the water. And water levels especially are pretty easy to traverse, so that would have been an easy couple of extra potions. Not that it really matters, though. It was ultimately the exact strategy that I thought it was going to be. Just hoarding as many resources as possible in the early levels and then blowing them all in the last couple biomes whenever I got into any sort of issues. I mean, you can see right now I've got a ton of jump potions and I'm just about to buy a whole bunch more of them because I think that more than teleport potions, more than the corrosive stuff, those are the things that are saving me. Really, teleport potions, as nice as they are, can be almost entirely replaced by a corrosive potion to blow your way through some part of the terrain, and then a jump potion to jump right through it. It's like, the other thing that it really came down to was getting a couple good areas to go through. It's kind of random as to how many golden berries you're going to get in the first place, as well as stuff like if you're going to be getting, say, swimming levels as opposed to poison gas levels, which thankfully, as you can see there, I got more swimming levels than not, and that made all the difference. Of course, so is playing on easy mode, which at this point I probably could manage normal mode or so, but this game is so rough. I just do not want to. As it is, though, yeah, one of the biggest problems with the conservatory was just learning that you really gotta pay attention to where those seed pods are, because they'll usually appear behind torches or NPCs or berries and stuff like that. It's all horrible, and that got me killed so many times just doing that alone. Yeah, remember what I said about, like, oh, it was going pretty well? Well, right up until this point. Thankfully, all things considered, this is a pretty easy level to traverse. It's just, I am going to want to use at least one more of those jump potions. But that's why I saved up so many of those. And here I was just waiting it out. Maybe this would be about the point in time that it'll recede. If not, I just don't want to go down too much farther than this, really. Yeah. Don't really want to play chicken with this thing after all. It is, I think that much like lava, it is instant death regardless of how many revive potions you have, so not, you want to give it a good amount of space. Oh well. I hate that thing especially because otherwise doors are entirely safe to go through, I think, in every other biome except for the conservatory. That sort of gotcha moment is, I mean, it's an awful feeling when you get through a level and you're like, well, time to undo it. I mean, in that last update video that I posted, just that sigh that I gave when it happened, I think said it all. All right, one more, and thankfully it's lava and water, but water's easy. Like, it's so easy. You don't have to worry about trying to time your jumps or using any of your very limited resources down here. You just gotta dodge around some fish. Now, the terrain can make that kind of difficult, but not usually. This one especially is like, yeah, right at the door. And now here's a biome that I don't think I've shown on video yet. The Heart. I made allusions to Lava Land, and, well, here we are. If you get touched by a single pixel of lava, you're dead. You do get revived, unlike falling in lava, but still... Oh, it's horrible. And seeing, like, all that lava drip down from the ceiling, it's like, yeah. And ultimately, one of the things that I learned, especially doing one of the other bits that I did for this video, you'll see it soon enough, is that it really does take a while for a lot of these things to actually activate. For example, the little lava fissures in the ground. But, like, I was just so worried that I wasn't going to risk it. Here's a new type of enemy around here, bats. They do not instantly kill you by touching you, but what they do is they grab onto you and will probably drag you into lava. So, yeah. They also lay eggs, which is not a thing that bats do. They are mammals, but whatever. Which is nice because you're probably going to be using a lot of corrosive berries or other, inventory resources, and all you really need to get that super jump type of skill working for you is something to hold on to. Now this is the worst part of getting into the heart. I hate the excruciating heat levels. Thankfully, they do put a roof over the doors, so that's nice. You're not going to get instantly killed by having a drop of lava fall on you. But still, it's like, as you can see, excruciating heat levels basically mean that almost any floor that you can see is going to have one of the lava fissures in it, and there's many, many more of those dripping lava ceilings everywhere. It's so rough. Oh, man. I want to say probably less bats in here, but I have no idea. I could have probably made that, but I was just like, nah, not going to risk it. Because you fall in lava, you're dead, regardless of how many revive potions you have. And getting killed by the drops of lava is better, but, you know. So, Volnorb. Yeah. It's pretty much exactly what you get when you revive, except a usable item. And I'm just like, I'm not even going to mess around with it. This is the worst. Let me think. Is this the worst event? No, worst event is the Kamek Wizard. I hate that guy so much. But this has got to be close second. Of course, hey, guess what? The next biome, I think he probably has an increased chance of appearing compared to anywhere else. I mean, he can appear anywhere, but I think you're mostly going to be seeing him in one of the Path of the Exile areas, which generally didn't tend to take anyway. That's a lie. I definitely took a lot of those shortcuts. They're fun. It's just, you know, they're also very, very deadly. Yeah, it's like you're likely to see him in the one where ghosts appear. I think it's called the Soul Crossing, and you're also likely to see him in the biome after this. So there's your clear sort of foreshadowing for the future. One of the other great things that happens with the lava fissures is that they'll sometimes spit lava over the edge of a platform, so you're not safe climbing next to one of those either, because it's not always going to land on top of the block that it spawned from. I did not mean to use the berry there. It just happened like that, which is, as always, like super not good, because as you can see, not only are the hazards getting more difficult to deal with, the terrain is also getting a lot more claustrophobic and requiring some pretty hefty jumps. Oh, hey, one of the bats just laid an egg down there. It's... I didn't really take too much advantage of that. I mean, technically the bats don't kill you. If you approach them, this is a bad idea. Yeah, and I survived. Good. Yeah, the bats technically don't kill you if you find yourself in an area where... This is also a bad idea, by the way. Told you. Yes, the guy's name is Brett Trapp. I don't know. Look, it's random. Well, anyway, what was I saying here? Yeah. If you have a place where the bats can just carry you around for a little bit and you just want to hang out next to them, you can wait for them to start laying eggs, but yeah. So the ruins. Not actually all that many ruins here. It's really just Slippy Slidey Ice World, and Slippy Slidey Ice World is pretty bad compared to a lot of other examples of this in platformers. As you can see, if you're walking on it for too long, you'll just slip, and that's basically the same as if you fell from a non-lethal distance. So, yeah, don't do that. Hey, it's that exact guy that I said was going to appear in here. Great and good. I love this dude. This is why I got like 9 jump potions right now. By the way, if his projectile hits you, if his projectile hits objects, it destroys them. If his projectile hits you, it knocks you out, and then he steals your stuff. He does exactly what he says he's going to do. It's basically a run ender, because you have no more potions, you have no more inventory items, you're done. Of course, the whole destroying terrain around here also does not help either, because it's already hard enough to get around here, especially with the air currents. If you do the throw object at ground, sort of like a jump, you actually get a super jump if you're in the air, but I've kind of used most everything I've had here. I told you, just blow all the the resources that you have when it comes to this. And especially when it comes to this guy, because he's terrible. And I hate him, and he just ruined my, oh great, I also messed up that too. And he just ruined my easy jump up to the next platform. Thanks, dude. Look, I'll give you, like, I don't even know. You want a jump potion? No, he probably doesn't want a jump potion. He definitely wants the teleport potions. Those are the big money makers, after all. Please. And just all the corrosive potions, because... dig and jump. Dig and jump. That's the plan. Also, I do like that you can very easily see the witch in the background because of how it kind of spawns. And what was that weird sound? Anyway, was that like me like sliding across the ice? What? The air drafts are annoying. Like I said, you can get a super jump with him if you have objects to throw down. You don't die if you fall into them, which is nice and everything. Aside from that, they mostly just kind of mess with your jumps, and especially with like double jumps, or the double jumps that you get from the potions or the berries, for example. Press down to like get on the floor, but I don't know. It doesn't work as well as I would like it to. Didn't necessarily need to use that berry there, but as you can tell, I'm kind of going into like survival mode and using far more resources than I really need to, because I could feel right now, it's like, I think this is the run. Spoilers, it is. Alright. I mean, look, as long as that wizard doesn't keep showing up, I'll be okay. It's just, I don't think there are any other, at least for the times that I've been in the ruins, I don't think there are any other special events in the same way that you get like excruciating heat or the giant worm in the hatchery or stuff like that. So I guess that's why the wizard appears so much. This is where he lives. Once again, no actual ruins here. It's just ice blocks. So, I don't know. Also, I really should have saw the whole ice thing coming from the very beginning of the game when you notice that the TowerClimb logo does clearly have some frosted over letters on there. And this is also just one of those obvious platformer things to do. Yeah, I was just like, you know what, I'm not even going to try and figure out how to make the wind current work with me. It's very annoying to work with. You can see me just like, maybe though? Maybe? Okay, fine, whatever. I don't care. Look, I'm here to win, and that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I told you, falling into the air current is good because you do survive that. You do survive what would otherwise be a lethal fall doing that. It's just, you know. And then just, yeah, you know what? I got it. I'm using it. This is the time. This is not really the time to use it, especially considering that I don't know what the next biome is, but it's fine. I did it. Yeah, you can see my last guy. Right at the tail end of the ruins. Now we get Ascension, which is actually super easy. Like, I'm very disappointed that that last guy died right at the top of the ruins, considering that I've got certainly plenty of opportunity to deal with the balloons in the first area, and also a couple of the shortcuts. The Path of the Exile does have the Fatal Flight. I mean, there's 3 different areas. There's Soul Crossing, which has the ghosts in it, and usually the wizard. Fatal Flight, which has these particular purple balloony type of things, and so many giant fans. And then the third one, which, well, you'll see. Also, certainly got plenty of opportunity to practice this when I was playing Rain World as well. The 5 Pebbles had this in spades, although the toxic plants were a lot more tenacious in there, and in the most literal of ways. And, you know, I got that, and I'm just like, you know what? Never mind. Let's just skip that bit. I wasn't entirely sure if those plants were going to kill me there, but apparently you really do have to, like, touch the wall to make it work. What does lava even matter in a balloon level? So as you can see, the plants grow on the sides and bottoms of blocks and not on the wall of the tower, which actually makes it quite a bit easier. You know, just like apparently every Ascension level is like this, and it's not a big deal at all. Now, last guy died right at the end of the ruins. It's like this would have been... That's all I need to do to fit, like... To at least, like, knock out one more biome and get to the 19th floor. Question mark. Yeah? Uh-huh. What are you gonna do, game? Oh, look at this boss arena. What would a boss be in this game, anyway? Oh. There we go. Yeah. I think it was a nice try. Like, I didn't... That could have easily been like an instant death sort of thing, but I was just like, whatever, I'm doing it anyway. Wow. Amazing. Oh. That said, come on, man. Also, nice Paper Mario turning there. Like, I just said the swimming levels were the easiest. Why did I run in the middle? Why did I do that? Why did I think that was a good idea at all? Also, unlike normal rats, when you kill these ones, they don't actually spawn with fresh meat. I guess it's because they're phantasmal rats. Also, once again, you know, like, the big gimmick is usually that they're supposed to climb up walls and stuff. This is actually the first time that I turned on, well, not the first time. I had turned on, what is it? Auto wall climb or auto run. Auto run, that's what it is. Which I did not have on prior to, well, today. I played this game a little bit, actually quite a bit today. Trying to get a good run going, and I think it was worth it. So I had a little bit of trouble placing those gems down. Yeah? Why is everybody immune to lava except for me? And I guess the rats. The plan was maybe I had to float on top of those gems, and that's what I was trying to do, but... No, that was it! That's what a boss is like in this game. It actually wasn't even a thing at all. And she wasn't even mad that I tossed a corrosive, well, a blast berry at her. Which is good. Because that was kind of like my first and only plan there, and I didn't really have any other idea of what I could possibly do. Of course, let's be honest, when has a blast berry or a corrosive potion worked against anybody that's not the player character? Well, actually, not even the player character. Anybody that's not like a dog or a rat or a worm. They're strangely ineffective against a lot of organic materials, but inorganic materials, oh, just perfect. Anyway, maybe there's something I could have done with that like statue in the middle of the room. I think you could tell at this point that I was being like, nah, I ain't messing around with anything. I want to take the win. Mm-hmm. Now, you might think it's like, well, what happens if you stray off course? I ain't finding out. We're going to sit here. We're going to do exactly what the sign says because I don't want to lose this run. Not even on the tower. Yay. Not even on the tower. It's just floating above it at this point. And to another tower. What? I feel like this is kind of cheating, but what am I going to do about it? I mean, I get the chapter 2 has to be another tower, right? Still, though. Yeah, I wasn't entirely sure if I could climb onto that, but then I'm like, Why would they do that, though? Hey, sorry for throwing that blast berry earlier. Ooh, different ways of speaking now. I'm just gonna take a guess right now and say that the Chapter 2 is probably more or less a DLC that came out for this this game significantly after it was originally released. So, you might be asking yourself right now, who is Zardo? And why is the letter going all the way to the edge of the screen? Well, I have an answer to the first question. Remember how I said that there was a third type of Path of the Exiles biome? Well, here it is. Yeah, I replayed the game until I found this, which took way, way longer than it should have. Like, way, way longer. I actually managed to get all the way back up to the Ascension again. And basically, I could have probably beat the game a second time, actually, just trying to find this area. Except I was like, whatever. Like, basically what happened was my balloon popped, and then what I did was I could have just gone back down to the bottom and got a second one, but I was like, nah, I'm just gonna climb the rest of the way. So, yeah, you remember, like, Donkey Kong Country 2 and how it had the collect the bananas minigame? Same base concept. Zardo is a guy that runs a game stand in the middle of the dungeon, I guess. Also, did you notice all the other guys that were, like, hung up at his stand? Great. It's really not the hardest thing. Actually, of all the Path of the Exile ones, despite the fact that you can very easily die here, I actually think it's probably the friendliest of them. It's not tremendously difficult, aside from this one spawning a beetle in here. It only spawns one, which is nice, and if you kill it, it's gone for the rest of this bonus, but otherwise, it's kind of rough to deal with. I think I would... Really doesn't take too much to fall on those spikes now, does it? So, if I was going to give any sort of recommendation for this game, I would say, after you collect all the coins, go back down to the bottom row, because it's easier to jump up than it is to fall down. But yeah, for completing this, you actually get like 3 treasure chests and everything. But I guess more importantly, you get to meet Zardo. And I was ending the run right here, because this is just a, hey, show this thing off. Check out this cool boomerang. Yeah, it's a cool boomerang. Well, anyway, so I guess that guy built the towers? What? Huh? He's just some random NPC. What is that even, like... He's Swanky Kong from, like, Donkey Kong Country 3. Why is he the big villain of this game? What does that even mean? How does that even mean? Well, anyway, segmentation plant. And I'm going to just take a bold guess right now that this is probably going to be mostly what we're looking at for Chapter 2, which, as you can already see, is a very fun jump up from Chapter 1. I have to do this, by the way. I told people they could suggest any games. Any games at all.